Division 2 Reserve Grade Grand Final between Thompson and East Belmont, where we see East Belmont on 4 goals 2-26, Thompson 3 goals 1-19. Waiting on the umpires to set the ball in motion for this, the second quarter here this afternoon, as the sun comes out between the grey clouds. Little bit of lull in proceedings here. The umpire holds the ball aloft, the siren sounds, and we're into it for the second quarter here this afternoon. In the ruck we have for East Belmont Glenn Frost by the look of things. Priselic goes up for Thompson, taps the ball down. Player who couldn't control it in the centre there. They're still trying to get the ball out. The umpire will move in and ball it up again. No ground game by any side, either side there. And umpire comes in. Frost for East Belmont, Priselic for Thompson. Up they go. Priselic thumps the ball forward for Thompson. They overrun the ball though. Picked up here in the long handball for East Belmont by Schroeder. Goes down where we see a teammate running through the centre half forward there. Kicks the ball down to the forward line. Coming out of defence, Thompson. Strong, not good play there for Thompson by number 48 in Dempsey. The ball comes down towards the wing. Trapped here for Thompson. Kicks the ball round, but no one home for him. Grabbed here by Ramanai for East Belmont. Kicks the ball down towards the half-forward line. A push out there by the big fellow for East Belmont, but he got away with it. Thompson desperate in defence. Handball the ball wide. Picked up another handball wide to a running teammate. Runs through the 50-metre line. Kicks it down towards the wing. Up they go. The mark not taken there for Thompson. The ball comes out. East Belmont get it. The handball nowhere. Oh, strong play here by the Thompson defenders. Umpire letting the game go here. He moves in now and will ball it up right on the GDFL Steggles emblem, and players pick themselves up and will have a ball up. We've been going just on a minute and a half here in the second quarter. Right, the umpire bounces the ball. Up they go. East Belmont tapped the ball wide. Ramanai runs for it. He's behind his opponent, pushing there. The umpire lets it go on. Oh, it's paid against the Thompson fella, and the free kick to be taken by Ramanai. Ramanai on the wing. A short pass down, looking for a teammate. Dendel, chest mark spilt. Bad play there by Dendel. Took his eyes off the ball and dropped an easy mark. Players in there again. The umpire moves in a little bit more quickly this time and will ball it up. Right, the umpire with the ball now. Bounces the ball. Jostling in the ruck. Thumped out by the Thompson ruckman. Close to the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in. Right, Priselic still in there for the Thompson side against Murray Hetherington this time. He's had a few opponents in the ruck, this young Thompson ruckman. The bounce of the ball sees East Belmont take advantage of it. Tap forward here, picked up by East Belmont. A long handball to a teammate. He can't control it. Staging for a free kick there, not paid by the umpire, who moves in and will ball it up. Scrambly play here in the second quarter, neither side getting any advantage, as we see an interchange looks like being taken place here for both sides. Right, the bounce of the ball. Over the back it comes where Thompson get it. Tap forward, picked up here for East Belmont by Wilkins, who the umpire has picked out a free kick to Wilkins, and he will take the resulting free kick. Going on for Thompson is number 28 in Gavin Rowbottom. Coming off is number 41, I think it is, in Darren McCutchinson. Right now, waiting for this player to take his kick. He kicks the ball down towards the forward line. Up the players fly. Thompson thumped the ball away. Swooped on by East Belmont and kicked forward, but unfortunately the kick off the boot of number 27, Dale Sutherland, goes over the line and out of bounds on the full, and Thompson to take the resulting free kick. Right, now The kick in by that Thompson defender, kicks towards centre half back. In front, not the mark, not played. East Belmont swoop onto it, run towards goal, have a flying shot towards goal, and he's kicked it too. I think that was off the boot of Jim Cheetahs, was it? Yes, it was. Number 16, Jim Cheetahs, the ruckman, brings up his first goal for the afternoon, and that came up at the 4-minute mark of the second quarter, where we see East Belmont go to 5 goals to 32, Thompson 3 goals 1-19. Interchange for East Belmont, we see going onto the ground, the big fella there, number 40 in Keith Hendrickson, and coming off is number 58 in Glenn Frost. Ride the ball back in the centre with the central umpire to get this game underway again at the 5-minute mark. A nice bounce by the central umpire. Up they go, tapped out by the East Belmont ruckman Hetherington. East Belmont again trapped the ball in the centre, tapped forward for him by Wilkins, goes forward where Cheetahs runs onto the ball again. He's bumped aside by the East Belmont defenders. Coming through strongly is big number 22 for the East Belmont side in Sneller. The ball goes wide out towards the pocket, picked up for East Belmont by Newton. His kick smothered. Thompson in defence through the agency of Brendan Rowbottom, kicked the ball round where the big fellow just come on the ground, number 40 Hendrickson, handballs it forward down towards the forward line. Belmont coming out, overrun the ball, swoop back onto it there, picked up by Gardner. His kick smothered there by Dendel. Thompson struggling to get this ball out of their back line. Dendel in there for East Belmont, scrambly play, the umpire letting the play go, and will ball it up right at centre half forward on the 50-metre line. Thompson seem to be fighting their own men over the ball, Paul. There's 2 or 3 of them, and they're only half-hearted in bending over to pick it up at the moment.
Yes, I couldn't agree more, Barry.
The bounce of the ball sees it come forward, overrunning the ball again. A quick handball through Hendrickson, sees the ball kicked towards goal, and I think it's gone right through the centre for another goal to East Belmont, and that came off the boot of Mirko Sneller out there on the half-forward line. And at the 6-minute mark of the second quarter, Thompson have gone to, East Belmont have gone to 6 goals to 38, leading Thompson, who are on 3 goals 1-19. That is a 19-point advantage to the East Belmont side here this afternoon at the 6.5-minute mark of the second quarter. Yes, I think Thompson have got to get more drive out of the centre. They haven't had it up on their forward line this quarter.
Yeah, they lack a bit of bite around there, a bit of determination.
The big fella in the ruck, Preselic's doing a good job for him, but they're not taking advantage. Up they go. Thump forward by Hetherington, grabbed here by Thompson, but held without the ball as Thompson in the centre of the ground, and they will take the resulting free kick. This free kick now to be taken and kicked down towards centre half forward. Over the back of the pack they come, running onto it. Thompson can't control the bouncing ball. Scooped out the back where we see a quick kick forward there for the Thompson side by Gann, but no one home for Thompson. And a mark taken in defence there for East Belmont by Rodney Cunningham. He kicks the ball out wide looking for a teammate out there who doesn't let him down. And that mark out there is taken, and a quick kick round towards the half-back line. Up there, Thompson couldn't take the mark. They picked the ball up, a scrambling kick forward down towards half-forward line. Players dive on the ball. Out it comes Thompson trying to get this ball forward, but they can't. The umpire letting it go and holding the ball paid against East Belmont there, and the resulting free kick will go to Thompson over on the far side of the ground. They transfer the ball back, centre the ball up high as East Belmont defenders and thump the ball wide. Ramanai runs onto it. Where we see being held there was Thompson player, number 21. He flips the ball out wide to a running teammate who handballs it, but Wilkins comes across for East Belmont playing a good game. Kicks the ball wide out towards the far side of the ground, beats all players over the line, and it went over on the full, and the free kick to be taken out there for Thompson. And I think this is by John Mitchell. He kicks the ball in further to a teammate and Brendan Rowbottom. He runs around the opponent, kicks the ball down towards the half-forward line, but no one home again for Thompson, and a mark taken down there for East Belmont by Jimmy Cheetahs. Cheetahs kicks the ball back towards the centre. Over the back of the plate, Thompson grabbed very high this time, and the free kick will go to the Thompson players. He picks himself up and will take that free kick, and I think it's Brendan Rowbottom. Rowbottom now kicks towards centre half-forward. Up Cheetahs over the top of the pack, thumps the ball forward, picked up here and kicked forward for East Belmont by Hetherington. Goes down towards centre half forward, and a nice mark under pressure taken for him by the big fella in Keith Hendrickson. Plays on quickly. Running onto the ball now is Schroeder. Schroeder dodging and turning, kicks towards centre half forward. Got a teammate out here who takes an very lucky, I thought, to be paid that. Had his back to the umpire and got away with it. And this is Heath Walsh. Walsh now on the 50-metre line for the East Belmont side. Comes in, drives the ball towards the square. A lovely kick off the boot. I tell you what, it's going to go close. Over the back of the pack, a scramble kick off the ground, tried by East Belmont, going nowhere. And the umpire will move in and ball it up right in the 10-metre square of the East Belmont side. The umpire with the ball now at the 9.5-minute marker. This is the second quarter. Comes in, bounces it, up it goes. Hendrickson in there for East Belmont. Gets the ball out wide to a teammate who has a flying shot for goal. Kicks it high, but it's unfortunately for East Belmont, and that was off the boot of Dale Sutherland. And 1 point is the result. And at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter, we have East Belmont 6-3-39, Thompson 3-1-19. The ball brought back in by Thompson, straight down the centre, pushing the back there to Thompson, and the free kick will go to number 19, is it? Kevin McFarlane. He kicks the ball out wide, looking for a teammate out here who couldn't take it. Picked up by Ramanai, playing a good game for East Belmont. Kicks the ball back towards centre half forward, and a juggling attempt to mark there by East Belmont. Strong play by this play. He's fighting on for this ball. Number 24 was it? He kicks it across where a mark is taken there by Gordon Matheson for the East Belmont side. Matheson now comes in, a screwy kick off the boot, floats into the 10-yard square, over the back of the pack, a shot over the shoulder by Newton, is it? Number 10, but it was touched off the boot, and 1 point is the result, and East Belmont go now to 6 goals, 440. Thompson 3 goals, 119 on the guest video production scoreboard at the 11-minute mark of the second quarter. Right, the kick in from full back, a lovely kick, reaches the centre square, and an equally good mark taken there for Thompson by the big fella Presalik, who plays on quickly, kicks the ball in towards the centre of the ground. Half-hearted at the ball there for Thompson, I believe was Gann. Backed up well there in defence, and kicked forward by Thompson, gets the ball down to the half-forward line. A quick handball over the top, running onto the ball for Thompson here, couldn't pick it up. They're battling, there's 3 of them there, they're fighting each other for the ball. East Belmont through in defence, come away, grabbed by the leg, and the free kick taken out there for East Belmont by Vergona. Vergona transfers the ball out towards the wing, and a nice, dropping the mark was Ramanai. Tapped away by Thompson here, out wide. Comes further out wide where we see East Belmont run onto the ball. Get the ball, Perrotta thumps the ball towards the boundary line. Good play by both players there in Perrotta for East Belmont. Number 31, Anthony Lamb for Thompson, and the ball goes over the line, and we'll have a throw-in. The ball thrown in on the centre wing. Up they go, Prezalik up again, thumps the ball forward. Thompson, there's 4 of them there, but East Belmont again in defence come forward. A quick kick forward there for Thompson by Gann. Sees the ball go down, and a nice mark taken by the big fellow at full forward in Jamie Backwell. Now Backwell would be no more than about 30 to 35 metres out when he kicks this ball. A badly needed goal if he can kick it for the Thompson side. Comes in with the drop punt. Kicks it, and I think he's got his second goal for the afternoon. Yes, he has, and that's Jamie Backwell's second goal for the afternoon, and Thompson's 4th. And at the 12.5-minute mark of the second quarter, the guest video production second quarter, we have East Belmont on 6 goals, 440, Thompson 4 goals, 125. But by gee, didn't they struggle to get that ball forward, Paul?
Yeah, they certainly did. It's making real hard work of it. But they desperately needed that goal.
Right at the 13-minute mark of the second quarter, the umpire with the ball back in the centre. Comes in now. Big Presalik on the ball again. The ball bounce favours him. He grabs it out of the ruck, dodges around one, kicks the ball down towards centre half forward. Over the back of the pack, unable to take the mark was East Belmont. The ball comes wide, being held with in control of the ball there. East Belmont dive in on the ball, pushed according to the umpire, and the free kick to be taken for East Belmont there by Jeff Fitch. Fitch now on the 50-metre defensive line, kicks the ball around towards the wing and finds a big fella in Hetherington. Hetherington, number 55. The umpire's given a 50-metre penalty here against the Thompson player for running over the mark, and Hetherington now will go down to the about the 50-metre line half forward flank and put East Belmont further into attack. The Thompson player running over the mark there was Johnny Mitchell. Right, Hetherington now. Stab pass down. Oh, he took the line of his teammate there, that East Belmont player in Newton. He had the big fella coming out in Sutherland and went across the front of him and spoilt the mark, and the ball's gone over the line and out of bounds. Right, the boundary umpire brings the ball back into play. A big thump out there for East Belmont by Hendrickson. Sees the ball go down where a flying shot for goal. A bouncing ball, I tell you what, it's gone through. And that was a nice goal there off the boot of Heath Walsh, the wingman for East Belmont. The big fella down there in the goal square just couldn't get the bouncing ball, and it's gone through to bring up East Belmont's 7th goal for the afternoon. They go to 7 goals for 46. Thompson 4 goals, 125, and that is at the 14.5 minute mark of the second quarter, brought to you by Guest Video Production. Yes, East Belmont are going forward a lot more easier than what Thompson are. Prezalik takes a knockout from the centre, thumps the ball down towards the forward line. Thompson again spoil their players down there, and away come East Belmont with handball. Where we see it go out to the half-back flank where Johns gets the ball, kicks the ball down towards the wing. Running onto it for East Belmont is Povey. He kicks the ball forward, where we see the big fella in Hendrickson, handball to a running teammate who couldn't control it. They come out of defence again. Hendrickson with the ball again. Screw kick forward, but over the line and out of bounds on the full, and we'll have a throw in. Free kick to Thompson down there on the 50-metre line, defensive line, to be taken for them by number 11 in Michael Gardner. Gardner's kicked now towards the wing, pushing and shoving there. Tap forward by the big fella for East Belmont in Hetherington, but the ball goes over the line, and we'll have a throw in on the centre wing at the 15.5 minute mark of the second quarter, brought to you by Guest Video Productions. Right, the boundary umpire with the ball now. Throws it back into play. Prezalik in front, grabs the ball again. Thumps the ball down towards the half-forward line, and a nice play. He played on there foolishly, that player in Michael Smith, and scrambly play, sees the ball come out for Thompson towards their centre half-forward. Coming through there, the East Belmont defence, strong in defence. A handball wide by Thompson. Sees the ball finish up with McDonald. McDonald has a flying shot for goal, and 1 point is the result. And at the 16.5 minute mark of the second quarter, we have Thompson going to 4 goals to 28. East Belmont 7 goals for 46, and that's brought to you by Guest Video Productions. Sorry, I said 28, it should have been 26. 4-2, 26. Your arithmetic's not too good, Paul. Right, the kick out from fullback, a handball across to for East Belmont sees Cunningham kick the ball down towards the wing. Prezalik couldn't take the mark out there. He's in there desperately trying again for the Thompson side. Povey with a long handball finds a teammate down there in Sneller. Sneller with a handball inboard to a teammate in Titus. Titus kicks the ball down. Cheetah, sorry. Kicks the ball down, but a strong mark taken in defence by Thompson. A quick handball sees the ball come out towards centre halfback, and a nice mark taken for them by Cordello. Cordello now runs around one player, kicks the ball wide out here to the wing, and finds a teammate out here in number 40. He's the one we haven't got a name for. The ball goes down, bouncing ball. Run on there for Thompson by number 31 in Lamb. The ball comes towards the boundary line. Strong play here for Thompson. Over the ball there for Thompson, going nowhere. Both umpires look at each other. Neither knew who was in control, and finally one has decided to come in and ball it up. Right, the umpire with the ball now on the centre wing, bounces the ball, up they go. Prezalik in there again, he thumps the ball forward, but it's again East Belmont through Wilkins, get that tap out, and the ball comes across the line. We'll have another throw in. Right, the boundary line throw in. Prezalik caught behind this time. He was good enough. Surely not paying it against him, but he has, and the kick taken by Hetherington. He kicks the ball forward, where we see coming across the Thompson, strong in defence. Good play, Thompson, through the agency of number 29 and Brendan Rowbottom. Kicks the ball down to centre half forward. Running onto the ball there was the big fellow for Thompson, but going nowhere. Scrambly play, and the umpire move in and ball it up. Right now, the bounce of the ball here at centre half forward for Thompson. Up it goes. Up they go. Tapped away by Hetherington for East Belmont. Picked up and kicked wide for East Belmont by Frost, who's no one out there. Here's a run for the ball. Thompson, the only man within 20 yards of the ball. The bouncing ball stops. No, it doesn't. It beats him across the line. That effort was for nothing, and that was by Anthony Lamb. Right, the throw in over in the far wing. Up they go. Prezelic beaten by Hetherington this time for the knockout. Goes close towards the boundary line. They dive on it. Flip back here. Picked up by Povey. A handball inboard to a running teammate and Schroeder. Schroeder taps the ball forward. Can't pick it up at the moment. Taps it further forward. Runs through the 50-metre line. Chips the ball down towards full forward. And a nice mark taken down there for East Belmont by Sutherland. Playing at full forward, he propped there, stood his ground and took a nice overhead mark. He'd be no more than 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
East Belmont just had that edge on them, don't they, Barry?
Yes, they have. They're moving the ball quickly into their forward line and taking full advantage of it. Right, the kick, unfortunately, for East Belmont and Sutherland is offline, and we'll have a 1 point is the result. And we see East Belmont go to 7 goals, 5-47. Thompson 4-2, 26. Yes, they're a lot quicker in on the ground. The kick-in sees the mark taken out there for Thompson by number 48 in Dempsey. Dempsey now kicks the ball round towards the wing. High, out there it goes, thumped towards the boundary line by Cheetahs, and we'll have a boundary line throw in. Right, waiting on the boundary umpire to retrieve this ball. And that is at the 20-minute mark of the second quarter, brought to you by Guest Video Production. Right, the throw in. Priscillic in there again. He's caught behind again, but the ball's tapped towards the boundary line and we'll have another throw in. I think Big Hetherington for East Belmont has woken up to Priscillic, and he gets in front of him and shepherded him away from the contest. He's at the back of him this time, pushing and shoving. Neither player get advantage from the tap out. Out it comes where being pushed there was the Thompson player, and Thompson will take the resulting free kick, and this is to be taken by Mitchell. Mitchell now over the 25 or 28. Right, the ball over on the far side. Kick down towards centre half forward. A wobbly kick goes down there, but it's thumped away by the East Belmont defence. Thompson trying to get the ball forward. A handball out wide. A push there to East Belmont player, and he will take the free kick, and this is Joe Perotti. Right, Joe Perotti now. Nelly in the centre, stabs the ball down towards centre half forward. A nice lead there by his teammate, who's taking a nice overhead mark, and this is Hetherington. He's livened East Belmont up this quarter. Kicks the ball down towards centre half forward. Oh, play on umpire, play on. Yes, bad umpiring there, but we see the ball come out to Thompson now through handball. Kicked off the ground by Hetherington down towards the half-forward line, where we see Dendel with the ball. A quick handball inboard to a running teammate who has a flying shot for goal, and he hasn't let him down, and that was Mirko Sneller, number 22, has brought up his second goal for the afternoon, and East Belmont's 8th. They go to 8 goals, 5-53. Thompson 4 goals to 26, and that is at the 22-minute mark of this second quarter, and East Belmont have snuck away, Paul Harrison.
Certainly have. They're over doubled their score now, and it's approaching half time. It's very interesting.
Yes, Belmont are fighting each other for the ball as they're doing a little bit of arguing out there amongst themselves, and they just can't seem to get the ball out of the centre or over their half-forward line at the moment, and East Belmont's running players are running amok here at the moment, and scoreboard shows that they've got a handy lead here of 27 points, and the ball back in the centre. The bounce of the ball in the centre. Up they go. Prezelic gets it tapped down again, but East Belmont through Ramanai get the ball out. A throw there paid against Ramanai, and East Thompson to take the kick right in the centre of the ground. Right, they've got to get this ball down quickly. They kick the ball forward. Up the players fly. Over the back of the pack the ball goes. Running onto it, and a kick off the ground there for Thompson. Over the back of the pack it comes. A score. That was like a hot potato there, that ball to Matty Gardner. And he screwed his kick, and 1 point is the result. And Thompson go to 4 goals, 3-27. East Belmont 8 goals, 5-53 at nearly the end of the second quarter. Waiting on the fullback now to bring the ball back. A short pass out there sees a teammate out there on the far side of the ground take an easy uncontested chest mark. That mark has been taken out there by Jeff Fitch. Fitch transfers the ball down towards the centre, but a lovely mark taken out there for Thompson. They kick the ball back in towards centre half forward, and Prezalik up there, and he's taken a mark on the 50-metre line in between two East Belmont players, and he goes back now to have his kick. Right, Prezalik now in the right on the 50-metre line, comes in. Thumps the ball down towards the square. Out they come. Up they go, pushing and shoving down there by the Thompson forward line, caught behind. Coming away as Wilkins gets the ball out towards a half back flank. Wilkins comes through over the top of a Thompson player there. No free kick played, and the umpire will move in and ball it up. Thompson have got nothing up forward. When they go forward, their forward line is just a shambles at the moment, and making it quite easy for the East Belmont defenders to bring the ball out of defence. The bounce of the ball out there sees it thumped forward again by Thompson. They're still very hesitant there. Two players stood back and watched each other go for that, but Dendall picks it up for East Belmont. A long handball. Ramanai runs onto it. He can't pick it up, but he's still going out there. Gets the ball out towards the wing. Dodges back in around the pack. Kicks the ball back in, but a nice mark taken for Thompson. They chip the ball across here towards the centre of the ground, where a mark is taken from him. They chip down towards the half-forward line, and a mark taken just inside the 50-metre line by number 40 for Thompson. Get the ball on quickly, they're saying. He does. Thumps the ball down towards the forward line. Up in front, thumped away by East Belmont. Picked up here, they run into each other. A long handball for East Belmont, wide by Fitch. Sees the ball go, kicked out further out towards the half-back line. Good play out there by Povey. Tries to keep the ball in, but beats him across the line, and will have a throw-in on the half-forward flank for the Thompson side. We've been going 25.5 minutes into the second quarter here, brought to you by Guest Video Productions, where East Belmont are enjoying a comfortable 26-point advantage. Right, the boundary umpire with the ball, throws the ball in high, up they go. Over the top of the pack, Prezalik comes, he chases his own tap out up, picks it up, handballs to a running teammate across here on the half-forward line, kicks the ball down towards the full forward line, and a nice mark taken down there. That's better, Thompson. Be in front and you'll take him, and this is Matt Gardner. But again, this forward thrust was set up by the big ruckman again, Prezalik in the boundary throw, and he tapped it down, chased it up himself. In they come, a wobbly kick off the boot, but I think it's gone through for Thompson. A badly needed goal for Thompson, and that's Matty Gardner's first goal for the afternoon at the 26.5 minute mark. We have now East Belmont 8 goals 5, 53, Thompson 5 goals 3, 33. That was a badly needed goal for the Thompson side here in the second quarter, at the late stages of the second quarter. Right, the ball back in the centre of the ground with the umpire. We still have big Prezalik in there for Thompson. He's got another opponent in there in number 40, Keith Hendrickson at the moment. The ball's bounced, up they go. Prezalik thumps the ball forward, but it's roved again by the East Belmont players, and they're in there first for the ball, and the free kick goes to Schroeder. Right, Schroeder now right in the centre of the ground. Kicks the ball straight down towards centre half forward. Players can't get the ball. Dendall in there for East Belmont. It comes out wide where we see Thompson overrun the ball there. Scrambly play. A handball out by Thompson again. Dendall thumps the ball forward. Good play there in defence by Thompson. Picking himself up off the ground there. And taking the resultant free kick is John Dempsey. Got to come back behind your mark, John. Right, the umpire brings him back. He transfers play out here to the member side, to the grandstand side. Overrunning the ball for Thompson, there was McDonald, and the ball is rushed across the line, and we'll have a throw in at the 28-minute mark of the second quarter, where we see East Belmont 8 goals 5, 53, Thompson 5, 3, 33, and it's brought to you by Guest Video Production. Right, 2 up in the ruck against Prezalik this time. East Belmont get the ball forward, picked up from by Walsh. Walsh is kick towards goal, wide and high, wide and handsome, over the line and out of bounds on the full, and we'll have the free kick to go down there and be taken by the fullback for Thompson in Tim Bailey. Right, Bailey now kicks the ball out to the 50-metre line. Players set themselves, tap forward. Thompson get this off the pack, but it comes to Ramanai. He holds the Thompson player, but he taps the ball forward. Coming through here for Thompson and grabbing the ball, caught with the ball. Number 25 there in John Mitchell. A little bit slow, John, and the free kicker will go to number 50 for the East Belmont side, to be taken by Mick Vagona. Vagona now in the centre of the ground, thumps the ball down towards centre half forward. Players set themselves down there in front, taking a nice mark for the East Belmont side, and picking himself up off the ground when he turns around. We'll be able to get him with Walsh. Walsh, is it?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Played quite well this quarter,
Yes.
Paul.
He puts in old Walshy. He's a fiery player.
There's the siren to end the second quarter. Now Walsh would be about 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Coming in now for a shot for goal.
What's the odds on it, mate?
Walsh, if it was you, it'd be out of bounds.
Oh.
Right, the kick for goal by Walsh is offline, and 1 point is the result. And at the halftime scoreboard sees East Belmont on 8 goals, 654, Thompson 5 goals, 333. And that second quarter was brought to you by Guest Video Productions. And Paul Harrison, I think Thompson's got a lot of thinking to do, and a lot of teamwork to pick up to get back into this game.
They certainly do, Barry. They have to have a good hard look at themselves at half time and come out in a big third quarter to get right back into this game.
Yes, a big third quarter. The third quarter is a vital quarter here, and as we see now, the guest video production scoreboard, Thompson 5-3, East Belmont 8 goals 6. We will have a well-earned rest and be back for the third and vital quarter here this afternoon at the Western Oval very shortly.